Morning, everyone. Pinball here. It's Friday morning, so we finally made it to the weekend. Today, I wanted to talk about a basic premise of prepping and also get into some of the specifics about it. It seems you can go onto every single prepper's channel on YouTube, and everyone's going to tell you to store food. Okay. Now, I'm certainly not going to argue with that. Of course, I agree. What I wanted to discuss was how much food you should have stockpiled. The common recommendation I hear all over the place is stock it to the rafters. Okay. Now, I understand this is just a term everyone uses to mean a lot, but how much is a lot? What I want to talk about is the minimum amount of food you should have. Okay. This is where everybody gets tripped up. You see, the average person eats 1,996 pounds of food per year. So the question is not how much to store, but have you stored enough? Okay. The recommended daily allowance estimates for calories to be consumed range from 1,600 to 2,400 calories per day for an adult woman and from 2,000 to 3,000 calories per day for an adult man. Okay. So now if we're in some sort of grid down situation, you're going to be expending a whole lot more energy than our normal sedentary lifestyle. You'd probably need even more of this, which kind of reminds me of Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps's breakfast. If you remember these stories, okay, his daily caloric intake was 12,000 calories, just his breakfast included. 3 fried egg sandwiches with cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, fried onions, and mayonnaise, 2 cups of coffee, a 5-egg omelet, 1 bowl of oatmeal, 3 slices of French toast, and 3 chocolate chip pancakes. Now, personally, if I even tried to eat all that, I'd be in a food coma by the time I was done. But if you remember what he looked like, or any swimmer for that matter, he had a six-pack that most guys would die for and most women would swoon over. Okay? That's how much energy he was burning in his workouts. Now, I don't think any of us are going to need that much food, so let's just stick with the recommended daily allowance of calories for starters. Okay. First thing you need to account for is how long do I think I'm going to be eating from my preps? Now, for the longest time, FEMA has been telling everybody to stock at least 2 weeks of food. And then COVID hit. Okay. Suddenly, people were realizing that 2 weeks may not be enough, and hence we saw the mad dash to the store. Don't even get me started on why everybody went to the store and bought toilet paper and not food. But then again, nobody ever accused the human race of being intelligence. I had a conversation with a guy a couple of weeks ago who he calculated that a 2-month supply was what he needed. Okay. Now that may be true for some people, may not be for others. There is no one size fits all to this. Many variables come into play with how much food you need to store. Family size, obviously that's a common sense one. Okay. How much storage space do you have? How much money do you have to buy things? How long is the food going to last? What climate or environment do you live in? And I know everybody's stopping. Huh? What's that? What does that matter? Okay, I'll explain in a minute. Now, family size, that's static. Storage space and money, those are pretty much static figures as well. You can't really create more of either. It's possible, but it's not easy. Okay. How long the food will last is also static. Okay, pretty much everything you have is eventually going to go bad. Yes, I know about honey, but that's the exception to the rule. Okay. But why is climate or your environment important? It's actually pretty simple. When can you produce more food? If you live in an urban environment, you almost certainly don't have enough space to provide enough food to help you long term. Okay? Now you may have a couple of terrace gardens, or maybe you've got a rooftop garden or something, but it's not going to be anything where you can grow enough food to give you the caloric intake that you need on a daily basis. Okay? You certainly aren't going to be able to raise animals out on your back porch. Okay. If you live in a rural environment like I do, okay, where I have enough room for many gardens, the seasons now become important. And this is different from everywhere. The seasons in Minnesota are a lot shorter than the seasons are in, say, Alabama. Okay. The seasons become important because you can really only grow, at least where I am, from early spring through autumn. Now, if you got a greenhouse or live in a tropical area, maybe you can grow even longer, perhaps year-round. Do you have the space to raise animals? That's year-round. Okay. Can you hunt or fish? That again is seasonal. Okay. Now, do you see why climate and environment is important? Where I am in Tennessee, I can plant some crops as early as mid-February and harvest those in late April. Not enough to provide me my total caloric intake, but at least supplement what I've got. Then the other crops, my summer crops, I can harvest those pretty much from early May all the way through October. I could feasibly survive on those. Okay. That means there are about 6 months a year where I can't grow anything. So I need to have food stored for those 6 months. Now, when can I hunt? Only in season. I can't go after a deer in July. A, it's illegal, and B, you don't want to eat a summer deer anyway. Okay. Fishing is year round, but you have a lot better luck fishing in the spring than you do in the heat of summer. Okay. Now that I know how long I need my food to last, I need to figure out how much I need. Okay. Now, my household consists of myself, my wife, and 2 dogs. Don't forget your pets because they got to eat too. Okay. So I figured just make it easy, 3,000 calories a day for both myself and my wife, and 1,000 calories a day for each one of the dogs. Excuse me. Therefore, I need to store 8,000 calories for the entire household per day times 180 days, which turns out to be 1,440,000 calories. So like I said, 80,000 calories, that's the need that we all have. Where I come up with the 6 months is that's when I can't grow any food or harvest any food, so therefore I need to be able to eat in that 6 months. So that's where I'm coming up with it. So 1,440,000 calories is what it takes for my family. So now that I've determined how long I will need my food to last and how much I need on a caloric basis, I need to figure out what kind of food I need to have stored. Because I have gardens but no livestock, I need to focus on storing more proteins than I do fruits and vegetables. While we all know that we need canned goods in the pantry, okay, it's important to know what canned goods you need. Again, due to storage space and budget. It makes no sense to have a pantry full of vegetables and no proteins. Okay, you'll wind up going into starvation mode. Okay, even the best vegan or vegetarian out there is still eating beans and peanut butter and to get some proteins. Okay, just not animal products. Now, nutritional science has suggested that 55% of your calories should come from carbohydrates, 20% should come from fat, and about 25% should come from protein. Now, fruits and vegetables are mostly very low in calories, but you do need them for the nutritional value. It's unlikely that you're going to get more than about 5% of your daily calories from them. Most foods have a combination of all three, so it's very unlikely you're going to want to do all the math going over each little can, go how many carbs, how much protein, calculate all this out in your entire pantry. So you're not going to want to get down to the specifics exactly, but you should try to get somewhat close. Okay. Now, pretty much the only carbs I can grow are potatoes and corn. So I need to supplement that with rice, pasta, barley, oatmeal. Of course, there's other dense carbs, but those are what I eat, so that's what I stock. Okay. I need 55% of our diet in carbs, so that works out to about 792,000 calories. I have no access to fresh protein unless I can hunt it or fish it. Like I said, that's seasonal. And I need 25% of my diet from protein, so that means 360,000 calories is what I need to have stocked. The remaining 20% is from fat, so that's 288,000 calories. Now, obviously, foods aren't 100% protein or 100% carbs, so here's where you have to guess a little bit. But I know since there's a lot more fat and protein, such as meat and nuts, I'm going to raise the needed amount I have of meat and nuts I need up from that 25% to 40% for my storage. Okay. So now I have a map. I need 55% of my storage needs to be carbs and 40% needs to be protein. Okay. So carbs, I could, add the rices, the pasta, whatever, the proteins, I need to get meats, peanut butter, beans, whatever it would be. And then the last 5% is fruits and vegetables, and that can be a whole bunch of different stuff. I would advise definitely getting some fruits because a lot of time the fruits have the sugars that you need in them, the good sugars, not the bad sugars. And so that's also helpful. Okay. Now you see, because I can grow a lot of my fresh food, I don't need to waste my money on canned goods in regards to fruits and vegetables. I mean, I've still got a few back, but I can grow enough and can enough of mine as the seasons come through and carry those through the winter months that I don't have to buy that much in the way of canned food. Okay. You see, even in an SHTF situation, you're going to need a balanced diet to maintain healthy, to remain healthy. Let's see if I can get this out right, and to keep your energy up. You're still going to need to be smart in where you're spending your money on preps. I mean, sure, I could go out and buy 811 bags of sugar, and I'd have my 1,440,000 calories, but I'd die of starvation. Okay, you can't live on sugar. We all tell that to our kids. You can't live on candy alone. Okay, so this is a roadmap for me. And everybody's is going to be different, but this is how you should go about figuring out your food pantry. So you're not buying stuff that you're not going to need and not having stuff you are going to need. Okay. That way, everybody knows they're sufficiently stocked with a minimum of what they need. Like I said, this 6-month supply is my minimum. That's what'll get me through a winter. All right. If we have a complete chaotic situation here and I need to go longer than that, again, I said, I don't have livestock, so I need protein. So maybe where I want to add to that on top of what I need for 6 months is maybe I want more proteins in stockpile because I can do the vegetables. You kind of got to figure it out that way. So you have to inventory your pantry. Don't just go, oh, I'm just going to keep adding stuff to the wall and everything, and you run out of it, because all of a sudden you realize one day it's like, I don't have any essential oils that I need. I don't have any peanut butter and I need those oils. Or I don't have any fish and I need those oils in my body. That's how you get sick. Okay. So just food for thought here, guys. But happy prepping all. Pinball out.